Good afternoon and good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and CoffeeStream number 237. I hope everyone is having a great day. Did I say 237 or 257? I'm really tired. It's 237. I hope everyone's doing well and having an awesome Thursday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on your time zone. I've got quite a few news stories for you guys today. It's kind of ranging all over the place. And before we get into that, I'm gonna touch on something. I just on Pincalo's advice went and jumped over to the trending tab on Twitter and saw the hashtag Trudeau corruption trending. I think it's number 2 in Canada right now. And the first tweet that I happened across said something like, it looks like the Russian bot/troll farms are really making the good use out of the hashtag Trudeau corruption hashtag. And I said, yes, Canada, or, yes, people don't like Trudeau or are fed up with Trudeau, so therefore they're Russian bots. Hey, Canada, remember when we had original ideas? The U.S. Democrats already did the Russian bot thing, remember? And it's true. We have this thing where we have to copy everything that the U.S. says and does. And there are multitudes of people up here who watch U.S. news and act as though what's happening there is happening here. And it's very frustrating. So I just wanted to quickly touch on that. Let's say hi to people in chat really quickly here. Kefki's here. Hi, Kefki. Armskiller, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day. Wang says Duck Dog. Hello, Duck Dog. And Rolling Bear, greetings to you. I hope you're having a good day. Anything these morons don't like are Russian bots. To these people, even Tulsi Gabbard was seen as a Russian bot. Yeah, yeah. Howdy, I have arrived, says Cynical Lindsay. Well, hello, Lindsay. I'm glad you're here. It's good to have you here, guys. Now, let's get into the first news story we've got. I think I've got 8 stories for you guys today, so that should get us through till 2 o'clock. I hope that window capture is working. Pincalo wasn't able to get back before I went live to check. So, hopefully window capture is working. If not, you just get to look at me and listen to the robot. So this first article is from CNN. It's the last one from Tuesday that I actually didn't get to read. So it's from CNN. So it says, cancer tops heart disease as the number 1 cause of death in these countries. So let's read this here. So this is from Tuesday. This was published Tuesday as well, so it's still fairly fresh. We've got some video thing that says cancer, the facts. So we will not play that because CNN will most likely lay the strike hammer down on me. So let's read here where the body of the article starts.
Among adults ages 35 to 70, cardiovascular disease still ranks as the leading cause of death globally, but the new research link published in the
Oh, that got quiet.
among link published in the journal The Lancet.
There we go.
On Tuesday, found that deaths from cancer are now more common than those from cardiovascular disease in some high-income and middle-income countries. Those countries include Sweden, Canada, Chile, Argentina, Poland, and Turkey.
Interesting.
The study is the largest of its kind analyzing causes of death across 5 continents, said Dr. Salim Youssef, Distinguished Professor and Executive Director at the Population Health Research Institute at Link, McMaster University.
Ah, McMaster. That's in Hamilton. I know exactly where McMaster is.
In Canada, who was senior author of the study. We have been watching the decline in cardiovascular disease for a while in many countries, he said. It was just a matter of time that the progress we make in reducing cardiovascular disease mortality will lead to a fall in death rates from cardiovascular disease below that of cancers.
Yeah.
The researchers noted in the study that this epidemiological transition might be due to improved prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease in high-income countries, whereas successful strategies to prevent and treat cancers, other than tobacco control, are yet to lead to large reductions in most cancers.
That's a good point. But another good reduction of cancer, prevention of cancer, would probably be using pesticides that do not contain nicotine in them. Interesting fact, Tim Hortons keeps shifting its growing, it keeps looking for new growers because more and more countries are switching to pesticides that don't contain nicotine or what's the scientific word for it? It's but they're switching to different pesticides. So Tim Hortons keeps looking for coffee growers that are using the pesticides that have the nicotine derivative in them. So it's a little interesting fact there. God damn it. Oh, is it not showing? Okay, that's probably why he's saying God damn it.
Heading level 3. Many cardiovascular disease deaths are preventable.
Obviously.
The study involved analyzing data on deaths and diseases among 162,534 adults across 5 continents. The data came from a research effort called the Link, Prospective Urban-Rural Epidemiology, or Pew, study and dated from 2005 to 2016.
Pew! I know it's not spelt the way pew is spelt, but still pew!
The countries where the adults were from were separated into 3 categories. Link image. Life lesson. Link. There were low-income countries, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, Pakistan and India. Then, middle-income countries, Philippines, Iran, South Africa, Colombia, China, Brazil, Malaysia, Turkey, Poland, Argentina and Chile. Lastly, high-income countries, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Canada and Sweden. The study noted that there was no accurate estimate for income for Palestine, which was among the countries included.
Interesting.
After analyzing the data across those countries, the researchers found that non-communicable diseases, such as cardiovascular disease, were the most common cause of deaths and illnesses globally among the adults.
Okay.
The researchers also found that cardiovascular disease was more common in middle-income and low-income countries than in high-income countries.
Probably because of many factors. Lack of better... lack of healthier fresh food. The screen, yeah, that's what I thought. McMaster car is the only one I know. Yeah, there are probably many factors that could attribute to cardiovascular problems in lower income countries.
Link image. Link. In the meanwhile, there was a higher incidence of death from cancer than cardiovascular disease in high-income countries and some upper middle-income countries, according to the data.
Okay.
In the high-income countries, death from cancer was twice that from cardiovascular disease, the researchers wrote in the study, whereas, in the low-income countries, death from cardiovascular disease was 3 times that from cancer, they wrote.
That is kind of interesting, though, that when you get rid, well, I shouldn't say get rid of, but when you lower um, when you lower the amount of cardiovascular deaths, that cancer seems to just be right there to be like, hey, that's fine. I'll just take over. Cynical Lindsay makes an awesome point. She says, what sucks is that healthier food tends to be more expensive than fast food. It can be, especially in lower income countries where access to it is not as easy. Like, if you're living in a place like Canada or the States, if you tried, like, for example, if you tried looking for sales before shopping, I'm sure could easily find fresh food and cook it. And yeah, you might spend a bit more money buying the food, but you could at least portion it, or buy several meals worth of food at once. But in a lower income place where importing that food is in itself an issue, and the pricing of that food is much more ridiculous than it would be here, and it's getting pretty ridiculous here too. I could definitely see why or how it could be more expensive. Hello, Irate.
Some of the same researchers also authored a separate study. Link. Published in The Lancet. On Tuesday. Link. On Tuesday. That found most cardiovascular disease cases and deaths around the world are preventable and can be attributed to a small number of common modifiable risk factors.
Makes sense.
The most important ones are high blood pressure, tobacco and lipids, and most surprisingly, low education, low strength, and both indoor and outdoor pollution, said Yusuf, who was first author of that study.
Now they're going to, I bet you someone somewhere is going to twist that low education thing into a race issue. I can see it right now. Somebody somewhere is going to make the connection that he said lower education and lower income countries, and look at the color of people in the, like, this is a connection that's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. What he means is low education in taking care of yourself. Low education in the proper way, or the proper diet, the proper balance, all that fun stuff. He doesn't mean, them poor people, they're all stupid and therefore they're gonna die of heart disease. That is not what he's saying. But I guarantee you somebody somewhere is going to make that connection. Let's see. Let's see here. Some people have trickled in. Hello, Adamantine. The problem with fresh food is that it will spoil quicker than food that's high in preservatives. That is also true. Hello, check your logic. No, he's not. He's not here, and we're both running low on data. Cellular data, so he was just popping in to check. Armskiller's got another point that's an awesome point. He says, there are people that complain about GMOs, which reduce the cost of production by either having a better yield, can be grown all year round, or require less resources to manage. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is a very good point, Armskiller. Costin, hello.
Both studies had some limitations, including that even though they spanned 5 continents, they still did not include all countries around the world. More research is needed to determine whether the findings can be extrapolated to all countries globally.
Well, of course they didn't include all countries around the world. That's a huge feat. So, that's basically the gist of that story. So we're going to switch tabs to something that's going to make us all giggle a bit. Maryland man allegedly rammed truck into City Hall because city turned off his water after he didn't pay the bill. This is a Fox News story sent to us by Gunfox. So we're gonna read about this intrepid man here who was very displeased at the city taking absolutely legal rights and remedies to punish somebody for not paying their bill. Hello, Uzi. So let's read about this guy here.
Capital A. Link. Maryland. Man was arrested last week after he allegedly Link. Rammed his truck repeatedly into the local city hall building because the city turned his water off after he didn't pay his bill, according to the mayor.
I'm just picturing this cartoonish image of a guy just bashing his truck into the city hall building. Oh my gosh. That's just too funny.
The man was hit with a slew of charges after the incident, which took place in Link, Taneytown.
Taneytown?
A city roughly 50 miles northwest of Link, Baltimore.
Taneytown. That just sounds like what a terrible name for a town. Oh. That's
just before 6 p.m. on Friday. Link. Australian vegan takes
Oh.
Witnesses told police the man struck the building multiple times with his truck.
Yes, because everyone knows pickup truck versus building. Pickup truck will win, right? Yeah, no. Jesus Christ. What a moron.
Link. On purpose, comma, in action. Link. On purpose, comma, in action. Link. Mayor Bradley wants. Described as nothing less than a terroristic attack on the city.
Okay, that's a bit too far, dude. That's a bit, I don't think I would go that far. I think you gotta stop. People need to be careful when they throw words like terrorist, or like terrorist, Nazi, all that stuff around. You can't throw those words around willy-nilly. I would say this guy is a moron, but I would not call him terroristic. I think he's just some disgruntled dude who didn't pay his bill for whatever reason. Maybe he legitimately couldn't. Maybe he ran low on cash. Maybe he, had ran into some hard luck and snapped and ran his building into the truck. Jesus Christ. Ran his truck into the building. God, I hate when my buildings run into my trucks. That's just really aggravating. When buildings just rip themselves from their foundations and run amok, smashing vehicles. It's terrible. Sorry guys. I've been having to take some muscle relaxers for the past 2 days. So that's kind of That's what I'm going to blame. Quite frankly, that's what I'm going to blame. I'm going to blame the muscle relaxers. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You could say the guy went postal. Yeah, like, I really do not think that this could be classified as a terroristic attack. That's, that mayor is being over dramatic, I would say.
It is appalling that someone would be willing to endanger the lives of innocent people out of frustration with the city government, the mayor. Link said in a statement.
Yes, I agree. That is appalling. However, I still wouldn't call it terroristic. I really, really wouldn't.
Noting that a city employee who was inside City Hall could have been hurt had this incident occurred during City Hall office hours. It is evident from the damage that some of our beloved employees would have been in grave danger.
Yes.
A man rammed his truck into the Taney Town City. A man rammed Bernice Nunnally. Link told WJZ. She thought the driver passed out because the first time he ran and he put his head down on the steering wheel and was holding the steering wheel tendon too.
So he snapped. That's what happened. He snapped. This is a guy who is having a really hard time. He lost it, and he just, he just went and slammed his truck into the building. Look, I got it right. I really wouldn't call this terroristic, especially when the witness describes that. That's emotional behavior. Terrorism is planned. It's premeditated. It's organized. Armskiller, another great point. Terrorism is political. Yes. Getting pissed off about the lack of running water is not political. No, it's not. I guarantee you this guy's upset with the city. He's upset with himself for not being able to pay his water. He's, Will good times. Will the guy have to pay for the damage to the building too? Let's read and find out.
I proceeded to walk to the truck and say, "Sir, are you okay?" And that's when he told me to get the F away from his truck and these people want his effing life.
Yeah, he snapped.
Link. Click here to get. City Hall was closed until Tuesday because of the incident. The driver was charged with second-degree assault, second-degree burglary, reckless driving and malicious destruction of property, among other offenses.
Why assault? Why? Okay, I sort of get the burglary. I get the malicious destruction of property. But why assault? Is the building a person now? Is telling someone to get the fuck away from you because you don't want to commit murder? Because you're really upset and you don't want to hurt yeah, burglary, says Armskiller. Yeah, I don't understand the burglary. The burglary and the assault charges, I don't get. The malicious destruction of property, yeah, I get that. Reckless driving, yeah, I get that. I don't get the burglary or the assault charges. I'm confused by that. So that's that story. Written by Nicole Dara, as it says. So now we're going to switch to another bit of a sad story. This is something I didn't actually know about until I saw this story in the news for the CoffeeStream channel. So what we'll do is we will look at it and we will see together what this is about. So the headline here says a main suspect in the case of Mexico's missing 43 students is absolved, attorneys say. It is a very strong blow, very bad news for the families, says Santiago Guirre, director of the Human Rights Center and which? Sorry. Where's the words here? I need words. There we go. Oh, and a lawyer for victims' rights. Okay, gotcha. That's what it said. Okay, so let's read. This is from September 4th as well. So this is from yesterday. So, this is from the Associated Press, it looks like.
Mexico City, one of the main suspects in the link 2014 disappearance of 43 teachers' college students in southern Mexico has been acquitted, a human rights attorney said Tuesday, as justice remains elusive for one of the darkest moments of the country's recent history.
Oh, this. Okay. I know what this is about now. I know what this is about now. Okay. Yeah, it's been about 5 years now, and the main suspect that they had, I guess they've just acquitted. Okay, yeah, now I know what this is about. My memory has been refreshed.
Santiago Aguirre, director of the Human Rights Center known as PROD and a lawyer for victims' relatives, said the judge absolved Gilberto Lopez Astudillo due to insufficient evidence and the suspect was released from custody Saturday with no pending charges remaining against him.
Oof, insufficient evidence. That sucks.
The case was marred by slaziness, human rights violations and irregularities in the investigation, Aguirre said, adding that the prosecutor's office failed to correct the deficiencies that happened under previous leadership.
That is awful.
Lopez Astudillo has been identified as a purported member of the Guerrillas Unidas organized crime group. Prosecutors during the government of then-President Enrique Peña Nieto alleged that he gave the order for the disappearances, mistaking them for members of a rival gang.
Jesus Christ.
Authorities say the Ayotzinapa normal school students were abducted by police in Iguala, Guerrero State, and handed over to Guerrillas Unidas.
Holy shit, that's crazy. So this was like sort of semi-legitimized. Hello, Six. Yeah, this was sort of sanctioned.
What happened to them next has not been conclusively established. According to officials during Peña Nieto's 2012 to 2018 administration, the students were killed and their bodies burned in a nearby garbage dump. Independent experts, however, say there is no evidence to support the claim that their remains were incinerated. Possible links to actions or omissions by federal and other authorities remain under investigation.
Oh, wow. This whole thing is a mess. Jesus. Oh. Hi, Skep.
Institutions from the United Nations to the Organization of American States to Mexico's National Human Rights Commission have denounced what they call errors, inconsistencies, obstruction of justice and human rights violations in the investigation, including repeated acts of torture against people arrested in the case. Lopez Astudillo was one of them.
Yeah, you denounce those errors and and actions. You good for you. You denounce. How about you actually do something about it? Wow, I love that. I love that. You know, we've denounced this action and these people. It's like, that's nice. And what else are you planning on doing about it? I don't know. People drive me crazy sometimes.
The Mexican judicial system ruled in June 2018 that the investigation was not swift, effective, independent, or impartial and ordered federal prosecutors to fix that.
Yeah. Okay, and what happens if they don't?
Judicially speaking, the case has collapsed, Aguirre said Tuesday. It is a very strong blow, very bad news for the families.
No doubt.
Heading level 4, recommended.
That's just wow. Well done, Mexico. Well, very well done. How wonderful. And just judicial you are. You're so very good to your people. Wow. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Let's head over here. All right, so we've got one more story from Gunfox, or no, a couple more stories from Gunfox, but this one here, this one is, I believe, from Reuters, also from September 4th. Says Google's YouTube to pay $170 million penalty for collecting data on kids. Oh, well done, YouTube. Okay, let's read this. That's a pretty small settlement though. That's for YouTube. $170 million is, hey boss, do you have $170 million check you could just pull out of your pants pocket? That's pretty much exactly what that is for Google or for YouTube. So, yeah, that's a pretty small settlement. But let's read.
YouTube had been accused of tracking viewers of children's channels using cookies without parental consent and using those cookies to target millions of dollars in advertisements to those viewers. The settlement with the FTC and the New York Attorney General's office, which will receive $34 million, is the largest since a law banning collecting information about children under age 13 came into effect in 1998. The law was revised in 2013 to include cookies, used to track a person's internet viewing habits.
Interesting.
It is also small compared with the company's revenues. Alphabet, which generates about 85% of its revenue from sales of ad space and ad technology, in July reported total second quarter revenue of $38.9 billion. Loading ad.
Holy shit! So their second quarter, they reported they made $38 billion with a B, and they only have to pay $170 million. That's amazing. That is just fantastic. And people wonder why Pink Hollow and I don't let Alex watch YouTube Kids. First of all, his tablet, the charging port was it wouldn't charge anymore, right? So we haven't replaced his tablet. So he hasn't had a tablet in almost 2 years now. But even before his tablet died, we took the YouTube Kids app off. Not just because of this crap, but because of all those videos that were being made of, the dark videos where the, cartoon characters would die or, rape each other or whatever. We took the YouTube Kids app off. I wonder if anyone else would like to collect data on kids under 13, says Skep. Yeah, no shit. This bullshit will not rid YouTube of queer kid stuff. No, it will not. Unfortunately, it will not. But yeah, we've took the we took the app off. And we were just like, no, you can watch Netflix. That's, that's fine.
Loading ad.
Shut up. So, and his cousin still has YouTube Kids on his tablet. And we're just like, and we've told, my uncle, Alex's cousin's dad, like, hey, dude, you should really take that off. And he's like, oh, no, it's fine. Like, okay. You carry on. We're all guilty of supporting the YouTube monster. Yeah, good point.
YouTube said in a statement on Wednesday that in 4 months it would begin treating all data collected from people watching children's content as if it came from a child. This means that we will limit data collection and use on videos made for kids only to what is needed to support the operation of the service, YouTube said on its blog.
Wait, in 4 months from now? So you're not going to immediately stop. You're going to pay the penalty, and then in 4 months from now, maybe you might stop doing that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
In addition to the monetary fine, the proposed settlement requires the company to create a system for identifying content aimed at children and to notify channel owners about their obligations to get consent from parents before collecting information on children.
Yes, because it's the channel's job, not the platform's job. Okay.
FTC Chairman Joe Simons noted at a news conference on Wednesday what he said were important changes to YouTube business practices. No other company in America is subject to these types of requirements, and they will impose significant costs on YouTube, he told reporters.
Yeah, but no other company in America really does what YouTube does on the scale that YouTube does it, so...
Safari Busy. FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection Director Andrew Smith told reporters that the $170 million settlement was based on revenues from data collected, times a multiplier. It happens that $170 million is roughly the budget of the Bureau of Consumer Protection for 1 year, he added.
So you guys are trying to recoup your losses.
Once the settlement takes effect, the FTC plans to conduct a sweep of the YouTube platform to determine whether there remains child-directed content in which personal information is being collected, Smith said. The FTC could take actions against individual content creators or channel owners as a result.
Oh, hell no! How the fuck is it the channel owner's fault that cookies are collecting data for the fucking platform?
Loading ad.
And the FTC could take action against channel owners? What the fuck? I'm broken. I am fucking... My brain just shorted out. Yeah, the FTC could take action against the channel owner. This is in what world does the FTC think that they could possibly do that? Yeah, people get pissed off at Facebook when they store information and sell it off. Yeah, that's true, Armskiller. You know what's really annoying? And this is a mini tangent here. When I see those stupid status updates on Facebook, I do not give Facebook permission to use my blah blah blah. Motherfucker, when you're using the Facebook platform and you accept the terms of service, you give them permission to do quite a lot of things that I guarantee you don't know about. So you making that declaration basically means nothing. So let's see here.
Advertisement. In late August, YouTube announced it would launch YouTube Kids with separate niches for children depending on their ages and designed to exclude disturbing videos. It has no behavioral advertising.
So 2 years after the problem with disturbing videos, they're going to create categories on YouTube Kids and no behavioral advertising.
YouTube allows companies to create channels, which include advertisements that create revenue for both the company and YouTube. Your current In its complaint, the government said that YouTube touted its popularity with children in marketing itself to companies like Mattel and Hasbro. It told Mattel that YouTube is today's leader in reaching children age 6-11 against top TV channels, according to the complaint.
Because that's probably the case.
New York Attorney General Letitia James said the companies abused their power. Google and YouTube knowingly and illegally monitored, tracked, and served targeted ads to young children just to keep advertising dollars rolling in, said James. The two Democrats on the FTC, Rebecca Slaughter and Rohit Chopra, dissented from the settlement. Slaughter, who called the violations widespread and brazen, said the settlement fails to require YouTube to police channels that provide children's content but are not designated as such, thus allowing more lucrative behavioral advertising, which relies on tracking viewers through cookies.
Yeah.
Expand image slide. File photo. Senators Ed Markey and Richard Blumenthal, both Democrats active in on-the-line privacy matters, criticized the settlement in separate statements. A financial settlement is no substitute for strict reforms that will stop Google and other tech companies from invading our privacy, Blumenthal said. I continue to be alarmed by big technicians' policies and practices that invade children's lives.
Big technician? Big technicians? I think you meant big tech. Or big technology. Not big technician. Oh no, the big technician is coming! Run! Run!
Loading ad.
Instead of the boogeyman, it's the technician. I love when fucking politicians try and talk. Oh my god, when they try and talk about things they don't understand. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay. It's just really funny. Okay. Let's move along here to the next story. One of the titular articles here, actually. You know what? Let's save these two for a bit longer. Here's one Pinkalo sent me. Come on. Yeah, here we go. That's the one I want. Okay. So we're going to read about a London, Ontario police officer. Now, London, Ontario is about... I would say like 2.5, 3 hours west of Toronto. So we're going to read about a police officer that opened fire in a crowded downtown area. So this headline says, was London police officer justified to open fire at lunging man in crowded downtown? So apparently he had a knife. So let's read this story.
The London police officer who opened fire on an armed man charging toward him reacted appropriately to the situation, even if it happened along a busy downtown street, a criminologist and use of force expert says. For a deadly encounter like that, in my view, it's totally justifiable for the officer to deploy his weapon and shoot at that person, Kelly Sundberg, an associate professor at the Mount Royal University in Calgary, said after reviewing footage from a security camera, obtained by the Free Press, that caught a portion of Tuesday morning's incident.
Okay, but why is the Special Investigations Unit not making that determination? Why are they talking to some associate professor of criminology in Alberta? What?
Link. The dramatic confrontation happened shortly after 9 a.m. after police received reports of a man with an edged weapon threatening passers-by in the area of King and Richmond streets.
An edged weapon. I love that. They won't even say a man with a knife. They're just going to say an edged weapon. If the guy had a knife, I believe that it was a justifiable shooting, says Armskiller too. Yeah? But my God, the risk of collateral damage. Yeah. Yeah.
In the video, recorded by a security camera outside the Richmond Tavern, a man can be seen lunging toward a police officer, who backs across King Street and opens fire. The video shows the officer falling backward after tripping on a transit island.
Oh, shit. So he fell. So he jumped back, tripped on an island, like a transit island. I'm guessing that's like a bus stop or a train stop in the middle of the road. So that's pretty scary, actually.
Frame. London police would later confirm the officer shot 2 rounds at the man, who wasn't injured and was later arrested. The shots are believed to be the first fired this year at a suspect by a London police officer.
So he missed.
You were correct.
He missed. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so he tripped. So he panicked. He fell. He shot twice and he missed. Sorry to shit on the cop, but that's pretty bad shooting. He's lucky he didn't hit a passerby. Like, I thought he got the dude. I thought he wounded or killed the guy, but he missed both times. That's, ugh.
The bullets ended up hitting the downtown tavern, about 5 meters from where an employee was working. One bullet tore through a can of Clamato juice in a storage room at the Richmond Tavern, General Manager Mark Densef said.
Christ.
You are currently on
so
the text element.
he shot twice, and he hit a building. How close was he to the suspect? I wish my window capture was showing, because I think the video is here. Because then I would play the video for you guys to see. And Clamato juice, that's expensive. Yeah. Here, I will go and get the link for this story, and I'll put it in chat for you guys, so that you guys can click the link, because I'm pretty sure the video is in the article. Let me just... Where is it here? Here's the National Post article. So I think the video's in there. I'll put it there for you guys just in case. I think that's the video. I think there's a video there. So let's see. There you guys go. What do you mean, oops? Are you telling me that I can't post that link in my own goddamn chat? Is it too long? I think it's too long. Well, that is frustrating. And I don't know how to make a tiny URL. I don't know how to do that. So that's extra frustrating. Yeah, that's stupid. It wouldn't let me post it.
In this type of dangerous situations, the main objective for police officers is to neutralize the threat as quickly as possible, while considering their safety, the public's and that of their fellow officers, Sundberg said.
Yes. Neutralize the suspect, not neutralize the building, you... Anyway.
Considering the threatening actions of the man and the fact it happened in a busy part of the city, Sundberg called the officer's response as measured and appropriate, pointing to the fact only 2 shots were fired.
Yes, but he missed both times.
Officers want to make sure they use just enough force to stop the aggression, and discharging 2 rounds to stop someone charging at a police officer with a weapon is reasonable, Sundberg said.
Not if you miss! You're not supposed to shoot at the suspect to miss! That's... Thank you, Skep. Yeah, the link Skep posted has the video from the security camera in it. So.
And you can see how quick these incidents happen. In less than a second, that officer had to make a very difficult decision.
Yes, he did. However, he needed not to panic and fire wildly and waste his ammunition and risk public safety. That cop needs some training, says Armskiller. Yeah, I would agree.
Following the confrontation, the man went into a nearby alley where officers tried to negotiate with him, police said.
Why would you try to negotiate with him? He rushed at a police officer with a knife, causing the police officer to just discharge his weapon twice and missing the suspect. Why would you not see him in that alley and just frickin' take him down? There are more than one of you and one of him, and he's got a knife. At this point, shoot him. It happens really quickly. That's why they need the training, says Scap. Yeah. I would much rather the cop had shot and killed the perp than what this was, says Armskiller. I agree.
Mark Densev, general manager of the Richmond Tavern, saved a can of Clamato juice that was pierced by a police officer's bullet on Tuesday. Photo shot.
He's got there's a picture of the can.
And he refused to comply with police demands and was arrested about 9:50 a.m. by the emergency response unit. He was taken to hospital for assessment and released into police custody.
Of course he would refuse to comply with police. He tried to stab a police officer. What part of his behavior would have given you the idea that he was worth negotiating with in the first place? Why would you waste that much time and risk the public's safety? That makes no sense to me. Why would you waste the time and risk the public safety negotiating with someone who clearly demonstrated that he was not going to comply with police because he tried to stab one? Do you think he would change his mind? Oh shit! Maybe I should comply. Yeah, I don't... Definitely need training.
London Police Chief Steve Williams on Wednesday praised the response of his officers and the way the situation was handled.
Okay then.
I'm pleased that the incident came to a successful resolution without injuries to citizens or the officers involved, which is always our objective, he said in an emailed response to the Free Press.
Granted, but aren't you a little bit upset with how badly your officers' shooting ability is, and how unwilling officers are to take down a dangerous suspect right away? That is like a $4 can of Clamato. What a senseless waste. I love that stuff. The guy attempted to murder the officer. The time for negotiation is over, says Armskiller. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I don't know why they thought it was worth trying to talk to him. He tried to murder a police officer, causing the police officer to shoot two bullets, which missed the suspect. So the police officer could have killed someone trying to stop this maniac. And the other officer's response was to wheedle with him for a few minutes. I don't understand that. That doesn't compute with me. I don't understand. So we're gonna move on to the next article. This is also from Gunfox. Let's see here. Holy crap, these muscle relaxers are kicking my ass. Come on, Safari. Don't freeze on me now. There we go. The situation was full of poor judgment, says Armskiller. I could not agree with you more. So, I don't know what the hell Safari is doing. Apparently it's busy. Let's see here. Holy. Okay, why? What is with this vertical splittering? Why is it a thing? Good coffee. Sorry guys, Safari is doing some weird shit that I don't understand. Yeah, I do not understand what the fuck just happened. And if I close everything, I will have to go and look for all my stories again. I will fix this, don't worry. If you need some help today, let me know. I can help with chores in the background. I will let you know, my friend, these muscle relaxers are just kicking my ass. I don't want to have to end early, but I may have to. I'm gonna go till 1:30, and then we'll see how I'm feeling. If I can push it all the way till 2, I will. But I still have housework to do myself, so I may have to. Let's try alt tabbing. Or reloading everything. Here, what if I reload it? That might work. Ha! It did. It worked and I didn't lose my stories. Yay! I fixed it without freaking out or anything. Go me. Just remember, help is here. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend, very much. So let's read about xenophobic attacks in South Africa. So this headline says, xenophobic attacks in South Africa sparks riots in Nigeria and Zambia. Now, be warned, voiceover says xenophobic, not xenophobic. But other than that, we should be we should be able to understand it. So the subheadline says, social media users have been tweeting hashtag say no to xenophobia to protest the attacks against foreigners in South Africa. Whoa! Okay, this guy's name is David Chupakupaku. I'm not kidding. David Chupakupaku. You want to hear how this name is spelled? Okay, I'm going to get to the characters. Okay, it's spelled. Hold on. It is spelled CHIPAKUPAKU. Chipakupaku. That's almost as good as the beauty queen valedictorian chick, the black valedictorian chick that Ghastly and I read about when he was guesting, called Tobichaqua. That's Chipakupaku. Oh, okay. Violence in South Africa has been a huge problem for years. What makes it special now? Oh, because it's happening to foreigners that are visiting South Africa, not to those, white people that live there. No one wants to talk about. It's those poor tourists and foreigners that are getting killed. So this is from yesterday. There's a video that we are not going to play because window capture is not working and I don't know what's in the video, so I don't want to, I don't want to play shit that YouTube will go, that's not good, you shouldn't do that.
Violence and looting have taken place in Nigeria and Zambia against South African-owned businesses after a continuing series of xenophobic attacks and riots in Johannesburg.
Wait, so people in Zambia and Nigeria are attacking South African-owned businesses in Zambia and Nigeria because of xenophobic attacks in Johannesburg. But couldn't it be called xenophobic to attack businesses owned by somebody else from a different nation if they're in your nation? And maybe I'm overthinking this. I could be overthinking this. Let's go with that.
The escalating dispute has seen Nigeria recall its ambassador to South Africa, as well as pull out of the World Economic Forum on Africa Summit, currently being held in Cape Town. Sponsored link.
Sponsored links?
Witnesses in Nigeria said vandals smashed windows to break into the offices of MTN, a South African telecommunications company, and stole items including laptops.
Yeah, because vandalism and looting is definitely the way to go to express your displeasure at somebody's actions. Make them extra angry by breaking their stuff and taking their stuff. That's brilliant. Ugh. Why are people so stupid?
Image, police off image, police, and the Lagos state government also confirmed that 2 branches of the South African supermarket chain ShopRite were targeted.
See, okay, so I'm not overthinking this. You are looting and vandalizing South African-owned businesses that are in your country for things that they are doing in their country. Yes, the things they are doing in their country are bad. Okay? I'm not saying that that what's going on in South Africa isn't awful, all right? But what you're doing is no better. You just don't patronize those businesses. Hurt them in the pocketbook. Boycott them. You don't give them reason to hate you. What are you doing? Why? Don't be as xenophobic as they are. Yeah, armed skillers says they've already set people alight. Stop pissing them off more. Yeah. Don't give them ammunition. Don't give them a reason to hate you and to attack you. I don't understand this mentality of they're wrong, therefore I will be wrong, and we can be wrong together, and somehow that will make what I'm doing right. Yeah.
Protests have also taken place in Zambia at South Africa's High Commission, with fires started by an angry group of students.
Yes, burn a building that is not even in South Africa. Holy shit, people.
Footage showed students from the University of Zambia marching towards the South African embassy in Lusaka, the country's capital.
Wait, you're gonna march on the...
The backlash began after a flare-up of xenophobic violence against immigrants and foreign businesses in South Africa.
Yeah, so... South Africans are attacking foreign businesses and immigrants, as well as the white farmers. So your response, Nigeria and Zambia, is to go, hey, that sounds like a great idea. Let's attack their businesses that are here. Wait, no. How does that work? How the friggity frack does that work?
Heading level 3. More from Nigeria.
So that's that story. That's the ridiculous 2 wrongs making a right story somehow. Because apparently that's what we do now. So now let's get to the first of the 2 titular articles. Come on, Safari. Safari! Come on. There we go. Okay. So here's the headline for this one. Josh Josephson. Why plant-based burgers may not be a healthy choice for everyone. Saturated fat from coconut oil should concern anyone with coronary artery disease. Oh! That's just amazing. That's just amazing. Okay. So if you've got heart disease and you're wolfing down that coconut fat or saturated fat from coconut oil, you better be ready. All right, here we go.
The article Beware Health Halo on Faux Meat, recently published in the National Post, addressed most of the potential health concerns that may be associated with eating plant-based burgers. However, the article neglected to address the potential health risks waiting for people with significant atherosclerosis, vascular disease. In their ignorance or naivete, they may incorrectly assume that these plant-based burgers are a form of healthy food for them. The Beyond Meat burger is 20 grams of fat, of which 25% is saturated fat from coconut oil. The Impossible burger is 31% fat, of which 99% is saturated and sourced from refined coconut oil. Source: Beyond Meat Consumer
Jesus
Canteen.
Christ! Okay, you guys, vegans, you do realize that when you eat a burger, like an actual meat burger, that the burger that you're eating is not supposed to be fat, right? Like, you make a burger out of ground beef, which is actual meat. If you get, what you should be eating is lean ground beef, which is, yes, has animal fat in it, but is mostly protein. But holy crap, that is a lot of fat. Ugh. If in an attempt to substitute meat, they've made something as bad, if not worse, than meat. Yeah.
Karen Michaels, an adjunct epidemiology professor at Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health, has been quoted as stating that coconut oil is pure poison and one of the worst foods you can eat. Michaels, who is also the director of the Institute for Prevention and Tumor Epidemiology at the University of Freiburg in Germany, made this statement during a lecture in German in July. See also. Link. On the other hand, the fat in coconut oil is 92% saturated fat, but other long-chain saturated fatty acids, such as the ones that make up most of the saturated fat in coconut, palm kernel and palm oils, known as tropical oils, in scientific investigations have been shown to raise LDL cholesterol considerably. These saturated fats are called palmitic, myristic and lauric acids. They also make up most of the saturated fatty acids in meat, poultry and dairy fats like milk, butter and cheese. Ounce for ounce, coconut oil has more saturated fat than butter, beef tallow or lard. So some investigators opine that coconut oil raises LDL cholesterol as much as animal fats. 72% loaded.
Except that animal fats are different than coconut oil. Just because coconut oil has saturated fat in it doesn't mean it's the same type of fat and is broken down the same as animal fat. This is
90-10% loaded.
90-10% loaded? Well then. 90-10% loaded. Okay then, voiceover. Okay.
86%. On the other hand, for all those who espouse the acceptability of coconut oil, the very controversy about coconut oil, since there is no unanimous agreement, should concern the food choices made by anyone with coronary artery disease. 66%. Story continues. Frame. They made this new statement. The Heart and Stroke Foundation has stated that one needs a small amount of fat in your diet for healthy functioning. The type of fat is just as important for health as the total amount of fat consumed. That's why it's important to choose healthier unsaturated fats. Eating too much in the wrong kinds of fats, such as saturated and trans fats, may raise unhealthy LDL cholesterol and lower healthy HDL cholesterol. This imbalance can increase your risk of high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries, atherosclerosis, heart attack and stroke. In June 2017, the American Heart Association AHA released an advisory statement warning against saturated fats. The statement reiterated the association's long-standing position that people should cut back on these fats because they contribute to cardiovascular disease. It specifically called out coconut oil in the report, noting, because coconut oil increases LDL cholesterol, a cause of cardiovascular disease, and has no known offsetting favorable effects, we advise against the use of coconut oil. 35%. They made this new statement because of discordant conclusions from meta-analyses that created confusion among patients, their physicians, and the public.
Yeah, coconut oil and frickin' almonds. Vegans and their fucking almonds. They're obsessed with those. freaking things. Almond milk, almond butter. It's, ugh. Just blech.
Some more recent research, however, has suggested that the adverse effects of saturated fat on health may not be so clear-cut. Saturated fat appears to affect blood levels, but the question of whether this factor alone alters a person's cardiovascular disease risk has become somewhat controversial, though data supports the fact that unsaturated fats, such as those found in fish and vegetable oils, are definitely preferable and can lower the risk of cardiovascular disease.
Okay.
However, it's the very controversy about coconut oil that should make people with cardiovascular disease avoid it at this time. Any other approach by them is very cavalier in the face of this controversy. Of course, in the end, it is simply a matter of being able to make an informed decision about eating processed foods with coconut oil, but it is the lack of attention in the media to the potentially adverse health issues that is of greatest concern when the vast majority of articles in the media espouse the plant-based burger product alternative to meats.
Yeah.
As I have said, the saturated fats in the Beyond Meat burger and the Impossible burger come from coconut oil, which contains a mix of fats including some medium-chain triglycerides. The health consequences of this difference are uncertain, but, once more, where there is any uncertainty, people with a higher health risk of vascular disease should not be complacent.
No, they shouldn't. Let's see. Skeptalk said, or Cynical Lindsay says, that's ironic. Because I thought almonds were supposed to be good for your cardiovascular system. Well, I'm sure they are in small amounts. Saturation refers to the number of double bonds in... in the fatty acids. High number of double bonds is good. Unsaturated fats. Low number of double bonds is bad. Saturated fats. That is all. Fatty acids come in all shapes and sizes. Tremendous variation. Yes. Lipid chemistry is a discipline all its own. I don't doubt that.
Finally, Dr. Frank Hu, professor of nutrition and epidemiology, senior author of a Harvard study, has stated that the research so far demonstrates that eating too much red meat, especially processed meat, can be harmful to one's health and that replacing red meat with other sources of protein, especially plant-based protein food, can reduce the risk of chronic disease and premature death. He has also said that we don't yet have research showing that a processed plant-based burger is a healthier food choice.
Okay, or you could just eat more variations of meat instead of just red meat. You don't have to just eat red meat. Eat beef, eat pork, eat chicken, eat frickin' dairy, eat vegetables, eat fruit, eat frickin'... why... A vegan diet is unhealthy and a entirely red meat diet is unhealthy. This is why moderation is a good idea, says Armskiller. Exactly. Moderation is the key to everything. That's just how it is.
Doctor.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the last story that I have for you guys. And then we're going to see how I'm feeling with these flippity-flapping muscle relaxers. Because that'll take us till 1:30. And we'll see if I can pump another half an hour out of myself. Ow. Shoulder crack. Oh, wow, the mic picked that up. Oh, dear. Yep, fish is an excellent source of protein, says Lindsay. Eat more pig. Eat long pig. Yes, eat long pig. But not the vegan long pig, because that long pig is probably all stringy and gross. I would stick to eating at least omnivorous long pig. YouTube, I am not advertising cannibalism. Repeat, I am not advertising cannibalism. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's read the last one here that we have. This one comes from Pinkalo. The last one came from Pinkalo as well. So, gay former conversion therapy leader begs for forgiveness. Well then. So this was also published the 4th of September, so yesterday. So let's get through all these links and headings and find the body of the article here. Okay, here we go.
The former leader of an American homosexual conversion therapy organization came out of the closet in June and is now apologizing for his 20 years trying to force gays to become straight.
Oh, wow. See, you know how I said in the description it says ironic apologies? Yeah, I was not kidding. I was not kidding. I am on a vegan-free diet. I mean, you are what you eat, right? That's funny, Skep.
I was wrong. Please forgive me, Micry Games said in a lengthy Facebook post.
No, I think no. You don't deserve forgiveness. He probably had an electrocution fetish. Oh, dude. That's dark, but really funny.
With Call My Frame B11 Game went into detail about some of the harm the South Carolina organization Hope for Wholeness caused its victims. Creating a catchy slogan that put out a very misleading idea of freedom from homosexuality through Jesus Christ was definitely harmful, Game says in his post. Promoting the triadic model that blamed parents and conversion or prayer therapy, that made many people believe that their orientation was wrong, bad, sinful, evil, and worse that they could change was absolutely harmful. People reported to attempt suicide because of me and these teachings and ideals. I told people they were going to hell if they didn't stop, and these were professing Christians. You are currently...
Yeah.
Related links.
'Cause you're a piece of shit.
Link. And Game was fired from the organization he founded when the board of directors decided to boot him out 2 years ago. In a weekend interview, you are currently on a link with the Post-Courier. He said conversion therapy is a lie and that ex-gay ministries like Hope for Wholeness need to be disbanded.
It's a little late for you to be saying that shit though, dude. You caused a bunch of problems. You caused at least attempted suicides. Ugh. That's just...
Frame. He also expressed regret and wanted to make amends with former participants in his homosexual conversion therapy program.
Yeah, I highly doubt they want to talk to you, dude.
I believe all of these young men are now out/gay and one that I worked with for many years is married to a man and living in San Francisco. I hope to catch up with him. I believe I'll message him today. Hopefully he'll not be too angry with me.
Oh boy.
Game plans to revise his book Transparent Life in light of the revelation that he himself is gay and conversion therapy cannot change his sexual status.
You fucking... Just, you know what, dude? You don't deserve forgiveness. In fact, you deserve to be just living with the memories of what you did and who you are and what you've done to other people like you. That's what you deserve.
Despite the guilt he expressed for running an organization that led people to want to commit suicide, Game said he still wants to hold on to some memories of his time at Hope for Wholeness. The memories aren't all bad. There's many good memories, but I certainly regret where I caused harm.
What good memories could you possibly have at a place where you were trying to tell people that who they are is sinful and bad? This just reminds me of the Kevin Spacey situation. I did something horrible, but look, I'm a flaming homosexual. Duplicitous people. Yep.
The Post and Courier cited a UCLA study that found nearly 700,000 LGBT individuals in America have been subjected to some form of conversion therapy, 350,000 of whom received it as adolescents. Human Rights Campaign notes at least 50 cities and counties in the U.S. have banned the harmful practice of conversion therapy.
Only 50 cities and counties out of the entire country have banned conversion therapy? That's terrible.
Gay man in his Facebook post by calling for love. The very harmful cycle of self-shame and condemnation has to stop. It's literally killing people. Learn to love. Learn to love yourself and others.
You know what, you hypocrite? Shut up. Because the very reason that you started that organization, I guarantee you, is because you hated yourself. So, just go away. Good memories as he tried to scare the gay away. What a moron, says Armskiller. Yeah. Agreed. Very much agreed. Well, guys, I don't think I can get another half hour out of me. Because these muscle relaxers are kicking my butt, but I still have got laundry to fold, dishes to wash, vacuums to... I almost said vacuums to floor. Floors to vacuum is what I meant to say. Jesus. I'm still looking for a guest for tomorrow. So I will let you know what that is going to be. Or who that is going to be, I should say. And Saturday is Skeptalk's picks for his favorite original series Star Trek episodes. And his picks are Amok Time, Trouble with Tribbles, and Sentinel. So we'll have some fun discussing that. And of course, the Blind in the Special at 10 p.m. on Sunday. I'm thinking, guys, of instead of doing 12 to 2, doing 11 to 1. I'm toying with that idea. Just so that I can get... I'm trying to balance, like, doing housework and all that stuff with this. So I'm really contemplating going from 11 to 1 instead of noon to 2. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's a couple of people that stream. Yeah, definite sociopath, Armskiller and Skep. I definitely agree. I'm just toying with the idea. I'll let you know for sure what's going on. Makes that 8 a.m. on the West Coast. Yeah, that's my only problem, is that instead of it being 9 a.m., it would be 8 a.m. There's a lot to consider, so it's not a definite thing yet. I'm just thinking. For now, we're gonna keep it at noon, but makes that 4 o'clock here in the UK. Yeah. So it's so weird. It's a thing that I've been thinking about. I'll let you know for sure what I decide, but for now, keeping it at noon. So don't worry, keeping it at noon for now, and I'll let you know what I decide, obviously. The final decision. I hope everyone has a fantastic Thursday. and that they will come back tomorrow for another coffee stream. Of course, go and check out Minions of the Zoo tonight at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, where Prospero will be hosting. I'm not sure if I will be there, but I would like to be there if she'll have me and if I'm awake. And I hope everyone has a great day. Sorry I couldn't get all the way till 2. Kim Kardashian tries to escape LA in rowboat after realizing last 12 years of her life have been a TV show. I I love that headline. Oh, Lindsay, you know what? Do you want to book that in right now? Because I am looking for a guest for that day, and I would love to have you. I would love to have you in, Lindsay. So let's tentatively say Friday, October 4th for you, Lindsay. And if you have to end up working, just let me know. But I would absolutely love to have you on. I think that would be great. Ended on a funny. Yes, you did. You sure did. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I sure did. I also hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. And also, of course, don't forget to come check out Minions tonight. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great day.